This is Jam.
Welcome back to the DJsounds show live. We've got Jon1st here today. Woo! I'm really excited about this. This is the first DJsounds show with the brand new DJM-S9. So I'm expecting some magic.
That's a lot of pressure, Dan. I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Well, it's very difficult, actually, to get turntablists like yourself to play longer than kind of a 6-minute or 10-minute routine, but you're no stranger to that, are you?
Yeah, as much as I've been doing the turntablist battles over the years, I've been an active club DJ longer, and I'd consider that like the main focus of what I do is doing club sets. Today, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do a 50-minute set of music I've been playing out recently, but also incorporating elements of the DMC and turntablist side of things. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of scratching. Might end on a couple of my more like intense routines using turntablism, but I thought I'd use this opportunity to showcase my kind of club stuff instead.
I mean, you like to keep it fresh, don't you? You know, you're not just sort of laying down different sounds, but you know, you're really pushing the sort of genres of what you should do with turntables and what you can do in the club, aren't you? Come closer, because the camera needs to see you.
I don't know if I could say that. But yeah, I'm always looking for new music, and at the moment I'm playing, well, for the last few years I've been playing a lot of footwork and the crossover stuff between like Chicago footwork and UK bass music, and mainly like around 80 BPM, and exploring that as just a template to go by, so anything that kind of fits in that template, and then pitching other stuff to fit, so slower records, faster records, all that sort of stuff, and just having fun, like taking influence from different genres, all that sort of stuff. But I'm all about pushing new music, but I like hearing a few classics as well at the same time.
Nice. Well, you actually appeared in the launch video of the S9, and you know, it's not really made itself out into the wild yet. So this is obviously the first show for the DJsounds show. But how's the summer been with it? You know, because you've had it for a couple of months now. Do you think it's changed the way that you play?
I think it makes you a lot more flexible, because one of the main things for me is the performance pads, and they can take a beating essentially. So you can. And they're nice and big, so you can do things like triplet drumming and stuff like that. I'm not doing too much of that sort of stuff today, but I've been experimenting with routines using it, and also having something that's not been shown off too much yet, is the fact you can MIDI map the pads to be anything, any combination of anything that's available in Serato DJ, which is a really interesting feature, because usually you'll have to cycle through modes, which is how it comes normally, but you can kind of customize it. So in a club set environment, that's not so much of a thing you'd need, but in like a turntablist situation where you're having to jump between ideas quite quickly, having like the ability to have everything at your fingertips, literally without having to cycle through menus, saves you those little moments of time. So you can fit more patterns in, more scratches, more juggles, and not worry about changing what mode you're in. You can kind of customize it to suit you, and you have loads of banks to do that, so you can have templates set up for different scenarios. So that's freed up a lot of new opportunities, and having really great hardware effects and the Serato DJ ones as well is great. And
I think it's time to have some fun. Are you out there ready to have some fun? I want to give it up, or I want you to give it up for Jon1st here live on the DJsounds show from ADE.
I said I tell them already. I said I tell them. I said I tell them already. I tell them. I said I tell them.
And when I open them, I will be somewhere different. Floating on the high, sunny easy spent. Only for a ride, and then I land again. I'm cleaner, greener, leaner than them. Seen since a teen, I've been so mean with my fiend for more. I just wanna be in the dance. Or eat deep in my breed, cause I'm magnificent. Where does a little bit do that? Where does a little bit do that? You know me, melody, lyrically, I don't play. Keep it deep, keep it deep, keep it the sound of the way. Don't work, man, no work, but I know man got a play, huh? The boy they can't preach, the boy they can't tell man nothing. The boy they can't stay over there before they press the lock that button. I'm a top of bread. That is just what my mama said. Always never butter bread. And I trust, believe. I'ma close my eyes and I'ma count to 10. And when I open them, I will be somewhere different. Floating on the high, sun the easiest spent. Only for a while, and then I land again. I'm cleaner, greener, leaner than them. Seen since a teen, I've been so mean with my fiending for more. I just wanna be in that lens. Or eat in my breed, cause I'm magnificent. KD, that's how they want go. Lazy, that's how they want show face. So what they want do, don't know them can't face me. KG, that's how they want go. Lazy, that's what they want show face. So what they want do, don't know them can't face me. Yeah.
shit, the illest of the king. It's that ill shit, the illest of the king. It's that ill shit, the illest of the king. It's that ill shit, the illest of the king. It's that ill shit, the illest of the king. It's that ill shit, the illest of the king. It's that ill shit, the illest of the king.
My life in the sunshine. Everybody loves the sunshine. 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 Dress beats and things and poppers. 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 My life in the sunshine. Everybody loves the sunshine. Sunshine. Everybody loves the sunshine.
This is sunrise and we out your bright line. Monday to Monday, don't stop by. This is sunrise and we out your bright line. Monday to Monday, don't stop by. This is sunrise and we out your bright line. Monday to Monday, don't stop by. This is sunrise and we out your bright line. Monday to Monday, don't stop by. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
she licking on me. Makes me think that I'm nutritious. She likes the way that I'm rocking it, cause she's staying on top of it. Give her vitamins, minerals, nutrients, antioxidants. Watch her ass while she popping it. And the way that she dropping the work it, girl. Ain't no one gon' be stopping it. Take a picture of that booty on my phone and I crop it. So when you wanna come over again, I know who was calling. Let me see ya.
Working up a sweat. Working up a sweat. Working up a sweat. Working up a sweat.
Let me see ya. Let me see ya. She want an Oreo cookie with a friend in the middle. Watch her taste the rainbow like a bag of Skittles. Watch the way that it ripple when she nibble on a nipple. They on the cam slapping ass just to see it jiggle. They been sipping on liquor. They all know they influence. They like to talk about sex in a language I'm fluent. Bend it like origami. They wanna stick to salami. I give them something to eat. All night delivery, call me. Let me see ya.
Working up a sweat. Working up a sweat. Working up a sweat. Working up a sweat.
Let me see ya. Let me see ya.
Think you're a Donny like Darko? I don't really think so. I was in the polo with Marco, chucking shit out of the window, going on childish. I don't know what mild is, coming naturally on childish, nothing like Menfo. I got a gram with your highness, Con's got a gram with the blood clot, boss got Kimbo. I don't try on the beat, cause the best flow coming out, me cat cool, that simple. Back in 09 I was going on simple, been back simple. Cop this coast, that's minstrel. Did a new dots, that's dimples. Shine with green, that's tinsel. Move like a boss, that's principle. Mac in the beat, that's nympho. Rat-tat-tat, I'm rapping this rap scallious. I'm in the flat, putting a pad to pen paragraphs. Imagine that causing to come up in mad confidence. Now I be quite confident, now I be quite amorous. Plus I be loving it, van fabulous. I'm on the dark side of the force, I be like Anakin. Scrap that, I'm in the front of a Mac cameras. Rocking a new swagger, I swear I be like Anakin. Bars, yeah I did bars on the beat, but back then I did bars with the beatbox. Man blessed cause they love what I speak and man get a little gone, that's a free talk. I'll hype on the beat for a freebie. I get paid for a screen, that's E-Rock. Man got a couple jams on the CD that I'm trying to get a portion of P from. Don't know, car came with a mad flow. Kid is sharp with a little tap hole. Don't know, got a beat glam with a fan. Still keep flying with a flam though. Swanted, I'm a joker on the ad-lib. Give that an abracadabra when I'm at the Pier 2. Pass that pow, then it's that boom. Get it.
Hey, follow me now. Hey, good ya now. Hey, Snow Cone. I'm Mr. Sackle and Seize. Boss a blank if you please. Don't call police if the real thing squeeze. Shop. All of the G's, them sipping the Guineas. From the split, them no see. So, go and blaze the trees. Watch out. Clark's boots him. White tees. Bad man, you could never see no tight jeans. Still get the ticket when we rock the Nikes. If you see me now, me fitted. New York Yankees. So, the whole of Brooklyn. 90s, Flatbush to Bronx, me can't left out Queens. Can't left out the gal, them love them up from in a me teens. Just the gal, them and me honey, me sting them like bees. But what da da dang, they make them mad that tag up in the knob again, a cabalin. But da da dang, they know the money where we spend on that, but that them a bad of them. But da da dang, when them a move so them call them me not no cap again, a bad dang. But da da dang, me say this love them in a
down.
Sign on no will look a dill dill dill. I wanna get killed look a dill dill dill. Look up in the barrel look a dill dill dill. So I wanna get killed look a dill dill dill. You better sign on no will look a dill dill dill. I wanna get killed look a dill dill dill. Look up. Yeah, so no one take it personal. What talk about done? You think me come for done? All me have to do is send for the new gun. Anything test dead. Limb we a go cut them down, send for the oxa. Take out them tongue. Limb we a go cut them down, send for the oxa. Take out them tongue. When them see me, see the hit man a come. See me, say me just can't done. See me, see the hit man a come. See me, say me just can't done. Them one tie, Hey, they come at them spin around them things. Them on the general, them one time. So come on them general, them things say. Them on the general, no for the. Hey boy, take it in the face, put it under the free and yes. Hey boy, take it in the face, somebody sit up on the flag and face. Hey boy, take it in the face, if it's one of us on you want to live with. Hey boy, take it in the face. Hey boy, she about to take gunshot. Hey boy, take it in the face, make it one of us on the shove up on your face. Hey boy, take it in the face, wanna pretend your job, who's the one trace. Hey boy, take it in the face, man, you know what I'm in the place. Hey boy, take it in the face.
Some man a carry that, but my gun a bit shit. Every time me squeeze it for silver down in a ditch. Some of them go get a new gun and go switch and go change up them bitch lines. Them till and no doctor can't switch that. We have to shot them boy, they make them boy, they know we got it. Yo one copy get it, the 89 we lock it. The AK-47 Japanese version, then we stock it. Them say we have a hobby, the boss boy it's so crabby.
Hey boy, take shot in your face, shot up on the hotter than pepper spray and Mason. Hey boy, take shot in your face, for me this is top of a teeth like on a space. Hey boy, take shot in your face, for me this one of us on the whole family with Mason. Hey boy, take shot in your face, hey boy, shoot him out and take gunshot. Hey boy, take shot in your face, make it all about the shot like a you a Mason. Hey boy, take shot in your face, gonna print in your job, who's the whole one trace. Hey boy, take shot in your face, man a bad man, you know what I'm in the place. Hey boy, take shot in your face.
Hey, see the fussy them a crawl. The motherfucking wall. When Papa sing them for Jesus Christ, them a call. Me automatic weapon, them no rich and them no stars. Cause me nozzle, them no small. When we come to war, see me laugh to the killer. No illa, step to your winner. When your face with a filler. One man, them a gorilla. Why else go villa? Over your chest, blood a spiller. Shut up your filler.
Hey boy, take shot in your face, shut up on the hotter than pepper spray and Mason. Hey boy, take shot in your face, for me this is top of a teeth like on a space. Hey boy, take shot in your face, if it's one of us on the whole family with Mason. Hey boy, take shot in your face. Hey boy, shut up on the gunshot. Hey boy, take shot in your face, make it all about the shot like a you a Mason. Hey boy, take shot in your face, gonna pretend your job, who's the one trace. Hey boy, take shot in your face, one of us, you know what I'm in the place. Hey boy, take shot in your face. break it down.
Explosives in the city center. Blow up JD, Marks and Spencer. Me can't go a town, figure by me trainer. Down where me live in a Manchester. High explosives in the city center. Blow up JD, Marks and Spencer. Me can't go a town, figure by me trainer. Remember Tony Wilson and Hacienda. A flex palace in Northern Quarter. They got Papi Mondays and no order. Can't forget me roots, can't forget me culture. Man, you're 90, man, a big supporter. And I'd be Rooney if I was a striker. Call me westbound, not a big defender. Was a kung fu kick, Eric Cantona. Down where me live in a Manchester. High explosives in the city center. Blow up JD, Marks and Spencer. Me can't go a town, figure by me trainer. Down where me live in a Manchester. High explosives in the city center. Blow up JD, Marks and Spencer. Me can't go a town, figure by me trainer.
Give me yours, give me yours, give me yours. Give me the mic so I can take it away. On the natural charge, born for you. Here from the home of the dogs and Brooklyn squad. Wu-Tang Killer, beats on the swarm. Rain on the college ass disco door. But you didn't even touch my skill. You gotta go to one killer bee, and he ain't gonna kill now. Chop that down, pass it all around. Lyrics get hard, put cement to the ground. For an EMC and any 52 strap like it's psycho. Killer, Norman Bain. My producer slam, my flow is like bam. Jump on stage, I think I did that.
turn them up like that. They won't even see me coming, cause they ain't ready for my rap. I'm gonna start this thing from the front, then I'm gonna roll it right to the back. I wear heavy like a boss, I wig, I left the place flat. Give me slack, them can do me like a rat. Me a bigger fish and them, just a little scrap. Bang them up like cups up, nine them up like that. Even if they see me coming, bad man not take no chance. No, no. And them I
Me no hate and no blood, you them
See, I got all the right much charged. You got all the wrong answers. And I got all of the sadness. And you end up with all the laughter. I can't believe you still getting mad, 'cause I won't give you your way. You don't hurt no and I'll see you with that other bitch. Can't blame it on love. Can't blame it on you. No. Can't blame it on love.
Crews running like they supposed to. They come around, but they never come close to.
Something like this.
I'm a set. It's I and I, Ross, Demo, Devilish, man. I'm here to dig up the one like Jon1st. Keeping it real. This is not a bargain or a deal. Run it!
Was a thing that money could buy, the rich would live and the poor would die. A long time you fool my people about to buy up into the sky, but now is the time to realize say them a tell pure lie. If life was a thing that money could buy, the rich would live and the poor would die. A long time you fool my people about to buy up into the sky, but now is the time to realize say them a tell pure lie.
I know you've already given it up. But please put your hands together for Jon1st. What a set. A true musician on the decks. That stuff was really fresh. It was amazing. You really went around the houses. So many genres in there. Did you have fun?
Loads of fun. Thanks for having me. Thanks everyone for sticking around to check the set out. I had a great time. Cheers.
And so many genres, fitting them all together, you know, like, how do you do that? How do you even start? Or did you do a lot of it on the fly?
I'm not going to lie, I completely prepared that for today. But yeah, it's just, I'm into a few genres of music, mainly the more up-tempo stuff at the minute. And I play a lot of beats as well, like the LA stuff, which I didn't quite fit in today. But yeah, I just find ways and... I know a lot of people hate on using sync, for example, but it's a great way if you're limited by the pitch range of a turntable to bring something up from, say, 70 BPM to mix in with this sort of stuff. So there's a couple of moments where I jumped over and used sync to do that. So I had I can't remember the exact record, but I think it was like exactly that 70 BPM, and I pitched it up to like 86, and it worked in the context. Also, if anyone was wondering here today or on the stream later, why I'm only using one turntable, I'm using instant doubles a lot, and there's a really great feature on the S9 right here. So if I just push that twice, and it copies what I've done on the right deck over to the left one, and I can only really scratch on one side, so it means like whenever I'm bringing a new record in, I'm using my dominant, my strong hand to bring in the next record, and yeah, it just means I can be more flexible. But yeah, I learned using both, but I just prefer this way of mixing. So I am actually mixing.
Awesome, awesome. Now, was that Kenny G earlier?
What song?
The saxophone.
Maybe.
That you were scratching. You've just been digging. Digging.
Right at the end? Yeah. That's actually from, it's a French African record, African jazz record called Song from Mozambique, I think. And that routine, it was for my 2011 DMC routine, but I think it's one of my favorite ones to do live. Like, it's really upbeat and it's easy to understand what's going on as well from a crowd perspective, which is really good fun. And yeah, I found that because a producer I really like, Mark Pritchard, sampled a vocal from that song. And I was using the website Who Sampled at the time, just going through some of my favorite artists, looking for things to dig for beats, see if I could find other stuff by those artists for making beats of my own. And I discovered this song, and there's so much like instrumentation that's just on its own, which is perfect for sampling and scratching and all that sort of stuff. So I used a section he didn't use on that record, but big up Mark Pritchard for that one. He used it on a track called Heavy as Stone on Deep Medi, which is it's sick. Check it out if you haven't already.
Nice. Now, I want to talk about DMC, because obviously it's been the dominant competition for eons, since almost turntablism began. But what about Three Style by Red Bull? You know, what's the comparison for those not in the know?
Okay, I think they're quite different competitions. They're both based around hip-hop style of DJing. Even if you don't mix hip-hop per se, it's that kind of art form and that way of DJing. DMC is largely focused on pushing the technical boundaries every year of what's done before. Or in a perfect world, that's what it's going to be. Every year, it's going to be a step up from the previous year, technically, with scratching, beat juggling, finding new tricks with the mixes, especially now it's really interesting because we have these hybrid mixes like the S9 and... Can I say the other company?
Wait. Hang on a minute. Hypermixer?
Hybrid. A few of us call them hybrid mixers because you have all the hardware side of stuff and then you can map it to Serato or... I forget, because we're in a pioneer situation. Which companies am I allowed to mention?
So respectful. I love it.
DVS. There we go. Avoided it with that. But you can... Thanks. Yeah, so you can use the benefits of that as well. So there's loads of possibilities with cue points, looping, effects, and making hold echo. So like replicating a guitar loop pedal, you can do with these sort of mixes, which open loads of avenues. So it's really interesting at the moment from that perspective. Red Bull Freestyle is more of a party. They call it a party rocking competition. So it's more based around blending, digging, and finding cool transitions between stuff. But my view is someone could go in and do like a turntable, like a full-on DMC level scratching set with that in mind. So they're going into like rock a party in inverted commas, as well as geek out and show the technical side of it. I think there's room for people to do that for sure. And yeah, they've been really great winners. I think my favourite's SK 83 over the last few years as well. He's wicked.
And don't forget to check him out on the S9 launch video as well as yourself.
I redeemed myself. I got a plug back in for Pioneer there. No, genuinely, I think SK is the best out of the Red Bull guys so far.
Excellent. And one other thing that I want to talk about is, like, you are no stranger to sticking a camera right there or right there and just playing. Now, was that difficult to begin with? Because a lot of DJs, you know, they find even pressing record, you know, to record their sets difficult. But for you, you know, you're just churning them out, aren't you?
To begin with, yeah, I found it really tricky. I started about 11 years ago, so it was... I didn't have a DAW or an audio like interface or anything when I started, so I had to go around to my friends' houses to mix. And at the time, I didn't know anyone my age who was mixing. Most of my friends into this sort of stuff were about 10 years older than me. And it was really intimidating for me to kind of go around and record scratches for tracks or mixes at their houses. And but at the same time, it gave me, like, I guess an added confidence because I managed to break through, not only doing it in front of the red light, but in front of friends. So I think that helped, but it did take me a long time, and I still get nervous even now. And I messed up a couple of times today in the heat of the moment because I know I was being recorded and kind of tried to hold it in. But well, it's true. If you watch it back, there's mistakes.
Hey, thank you so much for coming on the show. Don't forget you can check out this show on our YouTube channel. That's Pioneer DJ Sounds. And you can check it out in all our overhead glory. Jon1st, thank you very much for coming on. It's been great fun.
Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone here. Can I make a couple of plugs before I go, Dan?
Of course, of course.
All right, these aren't Pioneer related, so I'm sorry. So I've got a few things I've been working on recently, which you can find online if you're interested and if you like the set and want to find out more. I've been running a monthly podcast on Mixcloud with a label called Fly High Society. Every month is me doing a half-an-hour mix with a guest DJ. So the last few have been Slick Shooter, More Sounds, Name Brand Sound. I've got another world DMC champion, DJ Uncut, doing it with me this month. And I've also started a side project with two friends. Well, we started it together called Goals, and it's more of a beats hip-hop thing. And we've got a album beat tape thing coming out soon. And one of the tunes is in the forthcoming Pioneer video for the S9 that I did scratching and stuff for. That's end of plugs. Thank you very much.
Nice, nice, nice. Okay, give it up for Jon1st here on the DJ Sound Show. Thank you very much. Goodbye.